What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you again for tuning in and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be doing some really cool things with Bimmercode. I've had a couple people reach out saying, hey, I've watched some of your other videos with the M3 and you can do some really cool things with Bimmercode. What can we do with the X1? And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. We're going to unlock an entirely new driving mode that is not native to the X1. So I'm really excited to do that. If you don't know what Bimmercode is, it's an app-based, if you want to change, if you own a BMW, get Bimmercode. Get this Bluetooth adapter. I use the V-Peak adapter. It just plugs straight into your OBD port and you can unlock so many different types of parameters. If you want to make your heated seats hotter, you can do that. If you want to increase or decrease the brightness of your angel eyes, you can do that. Depending on the model, you can fold or unfold your mirrors. The list goes on. But right now, I want to do something that I haven't done yet. We're going to figure it out. We do have to go into expert mode. That sounds scary, but that's probably the scariest part is the word expert. Other than that, we're going to just change a couple parameters and we're going to see if we can unlock an entirely new driving mode in the X1. Let's go. All right, here we are in the X1, very familiar if you own an X1 or X2. And as you can see down here is our typical driving modes, your Eco Pro. It starts in default and comfort. However, you actually can change that in Bimmercode if you so desire. If you wanted to automatically start up in sport, you can do that. But just to kind of show you, when you hit down on Eco, you will see that it changes to Eco. You get the little dash on there. If you go back up to Comfort, hit that one time, see that changes to Comfort and on the dash, and then so forth with Sport, and then you get Sport. Even if I hit Sport again, you'll see nothing really changes. It still says Sport, still says Sport. I'll hit Sport again. Nothing's changing. It's just saying you are in Sport, and that's it. So hitting Sport again does nothing. However, we're going to change it so when you hit Sport twice, it should say Sport Plus. We should get a little bit sharper throttle response and also faster gear changes, which I'm looking forward to. And I kind of want to do it before and after. So I think I might do that right now. I think I might start this up. And, oh, I just turned it off. I think I might start this up and go for a drive and see if we can do a little bit of an A-B comparison first. So here we go. All right, so just driving around a little bit to make sure the car's warmed up. And I know last year I did a 0 to 60 comparison, what it was like in stock form and then what it was like putting the DINAN piggyback on. And, you know, this isn't really to compare it to last year. This is, it wouldn't be an apples to apples comparison, full disclosure, because it is about 40 degrees cooler than when I did that test last year. But this is to kind of get a baseline. I'm not expecting much. I'm not really expecting acceleration difference maybe, or you know, definitely not a power difference between Sport and then we program Sport Plus. But let's see, 0 to 60. Let's see if we can get it going here. Go into Sport, and traction control is just going to be left on. So that is not how I did last year either. But here we go. Okay, just letting everything auto shift. 0 to 60 now. It will be interesting to see if the temperature difference has any effect from when I did it in the summer last year. But that's just a quick 0 to 60, just to smash the gas. All I did was hit Sport. Didn't do anything with manual shifting. Didn't take traction control off. So that's just to get us a baseline real quick. Let's see here, 0 to 60, and that said 7.3. So that's our baseline. Like I said, I don't think I'm really going to expect an acceleration increase. More so, I'm looking for like a driver engagement difference. If the shifts do get quicker, cool, all the better. But I think it's more of like a throttle response and like a driving experience is what I'm hoping to get out of it. But had draggy, why not? So now we're going to go back and we're going to do some coding. All right, so we are back in the X1. We've done our little test run, if you will, just kind of for a little comparison, but now it's time to get into the nitty-gritty. So take your V-Peak adapter, your Bluetooth adapter, and this is just going to plug into your OBD port. All right, time to do some coding. We just had our trial run, just for a little fun comparison here. Whenever you do coding, make sure you put your seatbelt on. This prevents your vehicle from falling asleep. We plugged in our V-Peak adapter. We're going to put our car into accessory, and we will open up Bimmercode. we'll hit connect. It'll say, hey, what kind of adapter are you using? My VPeak is already checked because that's the one I usually use with the X1X and the M3. And so it'll try to connect to that adapter. It'll ask you what vehicle you're using. X1 is already selected, it recognized that. So I'm going to hit connect. If you don't have the VPeak adapter already or are not familiar with Bimmercode, definitely get the app. Definitely pick up the adapter. I can leave a link in the description below. I even have a discount code for you, so that will help you out, and it will also support the channel, so it's a win-win. Everybody wins. It does take a couple minutes to kind of go through all the units, so I might do a little time lapse here, speed this up, just till we get to 100%. Alright, now that we are in the control units, we are going to go to the body domain controller. So we're going to go there. This does have a lot of modules and a lot of units to read through, so I am going to definitely do a time lapse through that because this does take about 4 to 5 minutes to read. Okay, now that we're in body domain controller, at the bottom left, we're going to hit expert mode. It's going to come up a little warning. Using expert mode can cause serious problems. However, this also at the same time creates backup, so you can always revert to something. So we're going to hit continue. Just follow along with the instructions and we should be okay. So you're going to see a lot of numbers, a lot of weird words that don't make sense, but this is what we're going to do. 3221 PFS master, and then after that FES has mode 5. Alright, and then we're going to change that to active. After we hit that, we go back, and that should be it. I'm going to hit FES, I'm butchering this, FES has mode 5 again, make sure that's still in active. I'm going to go back, and then you'll see the option on the top right for code. So now we are going to code, making sure the seatbelt is still fastened, and we're going to hit start coding. And anytime you see, or anytime you do Bimmercode, you will see all sorts of crazy things pop up on the dash and warning your car's on fire and transmission's broken, stuff like that. That is completely normal, and that usually goes away. Let me say that it does go away after it does a restart of the ECU. So as you can see, we got some weird things popping up here. I can turn this around. So you see stuff like chassis stabilization, you know, weird things like that. But as you can see, coding successful. The coding of the control unit completely successful. Okay. All right. I think that was it. That seemed like it was way too easy. I'm going to disconnect. And I always like to turn the car off first. So here is kind of the moment of truth here. We're going to find out if this worked. And I think I should be able to do this without it starting. Car's on. Let's go here, see what happens when I hit. So eco, we've got our eco mode. Okay. And I'm going to go to comfort. Comfort. Same as usual. Sport. Got sport. And moment of truth, if I had sport again. Sport Plus! Look at that! Sport Plus, and it's also coded on the dash there. Oh, this is... See, it's stuff like this that makes me... I love Bimmercode. I love the little things that you can do and unlock, and, you know, if you have the OBD port, I mean, this is like a free mod. It is just unlocking little things. All right, here we go. This is the, let's drive. Let's see what happens here. Oh, and my timer light just went out. So it's a good time to go. Sport Plus. Here we go. All right, first drive. Sport. Sport Plus. It's just so in a pop. I love these little hidden things you unlock. Bimmercode it's so much fun. It really is. And if you enjoy these type of videos, let me know. Leave a comment down below, and I will do more things. But this is something that I just thought of, like a whole nother driving mode. Yes, please. You know. So I am in Sport Plus. I'm going through my neighborhood, so I'm not really pouncing on it right now. But I just want to kind of get a feel. I gotta tell you, it's very similar to just how I think Sport would be when you're just kind of giving it less than 25% throttle, which, you know, I think that's expected. But I really want to I'm not expecting much. If it's a 7.3 again, that's fine. But the throttle response it does feel a little snappier. More sensitive, let me put it that way. More sensitive. Alright, pull over here. Same spot. Turn this off. Turn this off. Turn this off. Alright, we are in Sport Plus everything. 3, 2, 1. Gosh, it sounds meaner. 60. And it holds a gear. It was holding on to 3 for a second. 0 to 60, 7.0. That was the exact same spot. That was the exact same spot, same stretch of road. That was 3/10. I can't. I don't know if I buy that. I don't know if I buy that. Literally, go back to the garage, plug in Bimmercode, go into expert mode, hit a checkbox, and 30 minutes later, get 3/10. I mean, I can't tell about the quickness of the shifts. I will say, I think it's more eager to downshift. The amount of throttle I give. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hesitate to downshift. Not saying the actual speed of the shift is faster. So I guess you could call that driver enhancement. I'm doing this same thing again. I'm gonna go. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Same stretch of road, exact same spot. I stop. I'm going to do that again. And if you want, I will do I mean, I can split screen this so you guys can see on camera. Stopped. Drag your shoes and stopped. Smash your gas. Alright then. What's the consensus here? Same, slower? That was 707. So, I'm perplexed. That's what I can say. It doesn't feel. I love having options. I just love having options. So it 100% downshift an extra gear when I went from Sport to Sport Plus. So that proves that. It is more eager to downshift. It does want to hold the revs higher, longer. So this is much more of a driver engagement, driver experience. The acceleration, I don't know. I don't want to get flamed for this. But I'm just comparing draggy, exact same spot. I mean, it was 34, 35 when I did it earlier. Now it's 32. I mean, like 4 degrees is not going to equivalent 0.3 of a second. But if it does come with some snappier acceleration, I will take it. I will take it. Anyway, let's get back into the garage and wrap this video up. I don't know what to tell you guys. I almost don't believe it. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who are just throwing the red flag, and I'm kind of throwing the red flag myself. I want to go back in here and just kind of see what these numbers were, because I forget from my previous video what I did. So let me go into history here and do 0 to 60. And I need to go to other. So we would be talking September 2021. So with DINAN off, it was a 774. And then with DINAN active, it was a 7.4. So that was 3/10. That's right. It was a 7.74, and then it went to a 7.47. Then I decided to mix it up and actually manual shift and short shift by 1,000 RPMs, and then that took me to a 7.1. So this was, now it is like 40 degrees cooler, so it's tough to do apples to apples, but without short shifting, just letting it auto shift, I was able to do a 7.3. It makes sense now. A 7.47 with it auto shifting. Same thing, sport, auto shifting, 7.3. So it was about a 10th faster comparing last year and this year. So about 10th faster. So now when you go from the manual shifting of 7.1, this was a 7.0, but no manual shifting. So I guess there's some validity to it. I would not say that it's, I got excited and I was like 3/10 doesn't sound right, but it does look like, if I'm reading this correctly and looking at like history, it takes a 10th of a second off. It takes a 10th of a second off, which, because of a checkbox. So yeah, when I was driving, I was like, I don't buy it. So, but now looking at all these stats, if we're looking at the temperature difference and I'm gaining about a 10th just from the summer to the winter, and now kind of comparing apples to apples, a 10th of a second, that is because we spent 30 minutes checking a box on Bimmercode. That is so awesome. I appreciate you guys tuning in today. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave a comment. And if you haven't done already, please subscribe. Catch you guys next time.